are over 44 species of slugs present in Britain and Ireland, with many of these found in gardens. While some species can cause damage to plants, many may also play beneficial roles in the garden, so knowing what species you have found can be helpful in understanding if these are potential friends or foes. In this video, we're going to talk about what features to look at on a slug to try and identify it to species level. Most slugs have a similar body shape with a saddle-shaped fleshy area just behind the head, called the mantle, and a long tail section. Look at the mantle area to see whether there are any patterns, like spots or stripes. Are the patterns regular or irregular? What colour is the rest of the body, particularly the tail area? Are there any markings on the body? What colour are they? Are they regular stripes, irregular blotches or spots? Or are the markings only between the body texture? Does the edge of the foot have a different colour? What colour is the sole of the foot? Is it all one colour or are parts of the sole a different colour? On the front of their heads, they have two sets of sensory tentacles. The top set usually contain the eyes. The colour of these tentacles can sometimes be helpful in species identification. The colour of slime that slugs produce can also be useful in identifying them to species. However, keep in mind that species can produce at least two different types of slime, one for everyday movement and one for defence. Often these are different in colour and texture. You can observe this by placing the slug on a piece of paper to see the mucus produced when they crawl. Gently rubbing the body sides with fingers or with a white tissue can reveal the colour of defensive slime. Not all slug species can be identified from photographs. Some species require dissection and examination of the genitalia to be able to identify them to species level. However, this usually applies to a few groups of species. If you are submitting records of slugs or asking for help with identification, it's essential to provide photographs for a second opinion. It is important to take photographs with multiple views of each slug you want identified, so that any characteristics important for that group or species is captured. These views should include a side view showing the right-hand side of the slug with the breathing pore visible, a top-down view showing the top of the slug, a view showing the sole of the foot. It is best to take these pictures of the slug while it is actively crawling so that all the colours and patterns are visible. Placing the slug on a sheet of glass or plastic, then gently turning it over is one way of getting a good photo of the sole of the foot. Gently rolling the slug over is another simple way to get this image while outside.